from Griffin Park on the campus of Dutchtown High School. It's time for Division I non-select by district round baseball on the REV Game of the Week. My name is Jeff Portion, along with Mike Moeller. We welcome you to Game 1 of the best of 3 series between the number 23 AIRLINE Vikings and the 10th seeded Dutchtown Griffins. When we return, we will talk about this evening's matchup and more right here on the REV Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you some simple techniques that you can do at home to increase mobility and improve posture.
The seated thoracic extension using a foam roller will improve your posture. Support your neck with your hands and keep your feet flat on the ground. Lean back over the foam roller while keeping your lower back neutral. Standing wand flexion is easy and very effective. Using a shoulder-width grip, keep your arms straight and slowly raise the wand overhead as far as comfortable. For the pectoralis stretch, stand near a doorway and place your forearms against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Step forward slightly till you feel a slight pull in your chest to feel a stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times.
Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins!
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. REV Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with REV Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. About 10 minutes away from first pitch between the 23rd seed AIRLINE Vikings and the 10 seed DUTCHTOWN Griffins. I'm Jeff Porsche. Mike Moeller is with you. This is a best of three. You're going to play one tomorrow. We're guaranteed to see one on Saturday, and then a game three if necessary if they split the first two games. Let's look at the resumes, Mike, of these two teams, DUTCHTOWN and AIRLINE.
Yeah, so, I mean, the number 10 Griffins, they're going to come in with a 23-11 record. They were the runner-up in District 5-5A. I think Live Oak went ahead and
yes.
I mean, DUTCHTOWN gave it a whirl right there. It was a really good series, the last series of the season in that district, and DUTCHTOWN actually split with them, but they had a previous loss. I think it was to Walker, right?
That's right.
Yep. So DUTCHTOWN finishes up second in the district, and then you see the AIRLINE Vikings coming in at number 23 with a record of 20-14, 9-7 in District 1-5A. Pretty strong district up there as well, right?
Right. They tied with Captain Shreve for fourth in that district behind Benton and Houghton. And I forget who the third team is off the top of my head. But they're a well-coached team. You got a veteran coach right there, Toby Todd, who is behind Coach Shake. He's the one with the beard right there. We also have a shot of him, or like a photo of him from the website. He doesn't have a beard there, but he's been working on that for a while.
Yeah, he's in his 24th season. I mean, he's been involved in high school baseball for 38 seasons, I think, but it's his 24th year as the head coach for AIRLINE. The previous 21, he's made the playoffs in the 21 out of the previous 23 seasons, so quite the record. I mean, he even posted a win total of 30 wins in 2016, which is still a record over there at AIRLINE. He finished that season with a 30-6 record.
Yeah, and he's had a good program. He's had lots of good teams in the postseason. This is a good team, even though they're the 23rd seed, 20-14. You've got a 20-win season. That's not bad ever. And then Coach Shake, he's got the 23-win season, and he has been here at DUTCHTOWN pretty much since the beginning, and he's been the head coach now for about 17 of those years.
Yeah, was here since the inception of the school underneath Mike Toops was the head coach when DUTCHTOWN opened up, and then Coach Shake took over about 18 years ago. Comes in with a 423 and 207 win-loss record. Got two ties. The district is impressive, 151 and 51. Also comes in with a record of 28 and 23 in the playoffs.
And they made it to the second round last year before they were defeated by a team from 1-5A Benton. Benton came in back-to-back weeks last year, beat DUTCHTOWN in the second round, and then beat Santa Maria in the quarterfinals to make it to Sulphur. Coach Shake made it to the finals, or to the semifinals, all the way to Sulphur 4 years ago, and that was his most recent time. He's been to the state championship game. He's won one as an assistant, and he's been to one as a head coach as well. As you see, that's a great shot right there. Everybody's facing the same direction. How often do you see that in that home plate shot right there? So
it's serious, man. It's playoff time.
Exactly. So Coach Shake's talking about the dimensions probably and the ground rules and all that type of stuff. So we're getting pretty close to baseball in the introduction of the starting lineups. This will be a good time to talk about the playoff brackets and the playoff setup, because you've been talking about it all year, Mike. There's been a change, a major change in the format.
Yeah, a little bit different. So everything is a best 2 out of 3 series from here on out. You're going to see the top 1 through 8 seeds will get first round buys, and then the 9 through 24, that's what we're going to start right here. Actually, Santa Maria's already, played their series against Sam Houston, but that's the round that we're in right now. It's going to be the best of 3 series at the higher seed. Same with round 2. And then the thing that is a little bit more, maybe a little bit curveball this year, only the finals are going to be at McMurray Park in Sulphur. Typically we would see the semifinals, right? And the finals are also going to be the best 2 out of 3 series.
Yeah, that's going to be wild because, that's going to basically – it's going to make it more interesting in Sulphur because the better team is more likely to win, not just the guy who's riding that hot pitcher into the championship game. You're going to have to earn it over 3 games. So, you don't just come off with that one hot game at this point. And so that's going to be fun to watch. And we will keep you up to date. So far this season, Dutchtown is the only team remaining in Ascension Parish. They've already played a series in the first round here in Division I non-select. Santa Ma took on Sam Houston, and they were swept. So Santa Ma has been eliminated. Prairieville and East Ascension did not make the playoffs, but already, as I said, Santa Ma's out, and that's going to be the end of the Brandon Bravada era. He's already announced that he's going to be leaving Santa Ma after this season. So now we're down to Dutchtown. They're the lone team standing right now in Division I non-select.
Yeah, so let's take a look right here. As you see, the Natchitoches Central coming in out of that District 1 5A up north. They'll have a bye. AIRLINE, Dutchtown, right in the game we're about to do, the series 23 against 10. You have Destrehan at Central. Central's already won a game there, so Destrehan's got to kind of fight their way back in it. And then you have Barb with the first round bye coming in as the second ranked team in the state.
Right, and Central, as the graphic shows you, has already won 1 game in that series, 1 game to none. The winner of that series is going to get Barb. The winner of this series is going to have to travel to Natchitoches to take on Natchitoches Central. That's not a long drive for AIRLINE. That's about an hour and a half down I-49. It would be a long ride for Dutchtown, but Dutchtown, this is likely going to be their last home series, even if they do win this series, because Natchitoches Central gets a bye. They're going to get an automatic home series in the second round. Barb has to lose to the Central Destrehan winner in order for Dutchtown to get one more playoff series. We're about to get to the national anthem, so we'll turn it over to Ted Babin, the public address announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are honored to have Ms. Izzy Valentine, a dream here at Dutchtown, and member of the vocal ensemble, to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? Our lights laugh gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Ms. Izzy Valentine, ladies and gentlemen.
So we are just about ready for Game 1 of the best of 3 in the Division I non-select by-district round between AIRLINE and Dutchtown. Dutchtown wearing the black jerseys. They must be hot out there tonight as they're going to take on AIRLINE, who are wearing their road grays with their blue caps and light blue, kind of sky blue letters and numbers. And you see the picture right there. Johnson and Mike will go to the batting order for the visitors at AIRLINE.
Yeah, so leading off tonight for the Vikings going to be the center fielder Brock Jordan. Hitting second is the second baseman Bo Carter. Batting third, the catcher Austin Smith, and hitting cleanup is the first baseman Jack Henry Smith. In the 5 holes, the third baseman Max Fisher. Hitting sixth, the left fielder Marshall Beaver. And Leon Hung, the designated hitter, will bat seventh. Hitting eighth, the right fielder Aiden Hahn. And batting ninth is the pitcher Silas Indris.
And you see the pitcher right there. We talked about him a moment ago. Number 19, Kason Johnson. He is 8-3 on the season with a very low ERA of 2.00. He's probably the leader on this Dutchtown pitching staff, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 42 innings pitched. I mean, I'm looking at the stat sheet. You can almost kind of pull out of the hat right here for Dutchtown. Everybody, I mean, they come in with a team ERA of 2.3, so they're real stingy giving up those earned runs. But Kason Johnson, like you said, he comes in with 3 wins and no losses. He's given up 31 hits in those 42 innings. He has struck out 41 and walked 12.
Right, I made a mistake. There was 8 games started. He's 3-0 on the season. As you see the first pitch, foul to the leadoff hitter, number 6, Brock Jordan for the AIRLINE Vikings. 1, 2, and 3 for AIRLINE here in the top of the first. Brock Johnson, Bo Carter, Austin Smith.
I think Brock Jordan kind of got the memo there. We talked about Johnson's only giving up 12 walks in those 42 innings, so they know he's a strike thrower. Jordan coming out hacking at that first pitch.
And he took a strike for strike 2, so already behind 0-2 to the leadoff hitter. Tried to hit that outside corner, just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're just underway. And got him swinging for the first out, and with 1 out here in the first, we'll go to the defensive starting lineup for Dutchtown.
So defensively for the Griffins in the outfield from left to right is Dawson LeBlanc, Eli Freeman, and Caleb Wall. On the infield, Kay DeLon at third base. Casey McCoy is the shortstop. Maddox Woodward is at second, and Braden Henson's at first base. Battery today for the Griffins on the mound, Kason Johnson, and behind the dish, Cooper Pickett.
And first pitch is a strike to Bo Carter. So you alluded to it as you get a fly ball to right field, and the center fielder is going to come in shaded or make the catch as the right fielder was shading his eyes. Wall might have been having trouble, so Freeman comes in and gets the second out. And what I was going to say before that fly ball, Mike, is he's filling up that strike zone really well.
Yeah, absolutely. First pitch strikes to both of the first 2 hitters there, so AIRLINE's coming up there hacking, and great job by Freeman right there. Saw Caleb Wall had a little bit of trouble. Tough angle with the sun in his eyes. Does exactly what a center fielder is supposed to do and take over, make that grab.
Right. The Sun Field at Dutchtown is right field as a strike evens the count at 1-1. So the Sun Field is right field. The wind is blowing out to left center, and that is a foul ball. So the wind's blowing out to left center about 10 to 12 miles an hour. It's hot out there, but it's dropping. It was in the high 80s today before game time. It's down to 82 right now and could get into the 70s. So it's a little warm, but it should be a nice night for baseball.
Yeah, breezy all day today too. So they may play some tricks. You know, if we see some of those high pop-ups, some cloud coverage, so not that typical bluebird sky that you see some of those fly balls get lost in.
Yeah. We're supposed to have clear weather until about Monday, and Johnson was headed to the dugout.
The whole team
that was a ball. Yep.
That pitch is a little bit off the plate.
Yep. I think that was a right call by the home plate umpire. 2-2. There's a drive to short, stabbed, or make it second, stabbed by Maddox Woodward for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down. Quick first inning for AIRLINE. And so we go to the bottom of the first. No score, AIRLINE and Dutchtown coming to bat. Mike will give you the batting order.
Offensively today for the Griffins, leading off is going to be the center fielder, Eli Freeman. Hitting second is the shortstop, Casey McCoy. Batting third, the left fielder, Dawson LeBlanc. Hitting cleanup is the pitcher, Kason Johnson. And in the 5 holes, the designated hitter, Oakley Rutson. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Kay DeLon. The right fielder, Caleb Wall, bats 7th. And the catcher, Cooper Pickett, bats 8th. Batting 9th for the Griffins today, the second baseman, Maddox Woodward.
And they will face pitcher Silas Indris for AIRLINE. He's a right-hander. We don't have any statistics on him. I guess what we could tell you, Mike, though, is if you're pitching the Friday game of a best-of-3 series, you're probably either the 1 or 2 starter for this club.
Yeah, I mean, when you get that, when you get the draw the first game of the playoffs, you usually one of those pitchers that keeps your team in the game long enough to give them a chance to win. That's kind of what we expect out of Indris tonight.
Yeah, and we're looking at him for the first time, obviously, this season. It's been unusual, Mike, because it seems like every year we always get a postseason series in baseball here in Ascension Parish. And every year for about the last 4 years, it seems like it's been a series against a 1-5A team. Last year we had the Benton series with Santa Ma. 2 years ago we had the Parkway series with Santa Ma. We've done a Captain Shreve Santa Ma.
Yep.
So every year it seems like we get a 1-5A team that we don't have a lot of scouting done on, but they always have good competitive teams, and they've come out and won some games in these series.
Yeah, they have. I was about to say they're not intimidated to come to Ascension Parish because they've come down here and made a couple of our teams exit the playoffs.
Yep.
I'll say our teams, the Ascension Parish team.
Right. The we talked about Benton came to Dutchtown and Santa Ma in back-to-back weeks and won both series. First pitch to Eli Freeman was a strike. Second pitch also a strike. It's Freeman, McCoy, and LeBlanc, top of the order for Dutchtown. Did he go around? They're going to throw to first, and it's a little high, but they get the out for the strikeout. And so with one out, we'll go to the defensive starters for AIRLINE.
Defensively today for the Vikings in the outfield from left to right, Marshall Beaver, Brock Jordan, and Aiden Hahn. On the infield, third base, Max Fisher. The shortstop is Drew Robinson. Second base is Bo Carter. And the first baseman is Jack Henry Smith. The battery today for the Vikings doing the catching, Austin Smith. On the bump, Silas Indris.
And the first pitch to Casey McCoy, playing shortstop for Dutchtown, is a ball. And a slow bouncer foul down the third baseline, 1-1. So it looks like both of these pitchers are filling up this strike zone early.
Yeah. Love the old school stirrups that AIRLINE's rocking right now.
I miss those. I don't like long pants that go down to your cleats.
They look very uniform. Everyone has kind of wearing their uni the same exact way, trying to show a little bit of the top of that stirrup.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of that.
I love the road grays with the pinstripes, fouled away. Dutchtown usually wears purple for their home unis, but this year Coach Shake went with the black, and it looks good. Might be a little warm in those jerseys today, though.
Yeah, you have to suck it up for about an hour. Once the sun goes down, I think they'll be okay.
2-2. Oh, that hit him, I guess. Maybe brushed his jersey. It actually went behind him.
Yeah, it's just a little breaking ball that Indris flew open a little bit, kind of spun it.
If it hit anything, it was his jersey.
Yeah.
I guess he's wearing a loose shirt tonight because I'm sure it wouldn't have hurt him anyway.
Yeah. And if you want to take a pitch, that's the one you want to take, right?
Exactly. That's not smart.
That breaking ball quite a bit slower than the fastball.
So he's at first. McCoy goes back as they go back to first. Got a decent lead, not a huge lead. Dawson LeBlanc at the plate. And there's a drive to center, and it's going to fall for a base hit. And you got first and second with one out here in the bottom of the first. Good solid hit.
Yeah, LeBlanc jumping on that first pitch. I mean, a lot of times that might be the best pitch you get to hit, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to take that fastball right down the middle, and then you get some major league pitches, maybe some sliders or changeups kind of on the outside, inside black. A lot more tougher pitches to hit. LeBlanc wasn't waiting around.
And now the starting pitcher for the Griffins with a chance batting cleanup to help out his own cause. Kason Johnson. Right-handed hitter fouls it back to the bricks behind home plate. 0-1. So Freeman struck out. McCoy was hit by a pitch, and LeBlanc singles to center. And that gets away, and you're going to get second and third. So now a big RBI opportunity for Johnson. A fly ball or a base hit will get you a run, most likely here.
Anything trying to help himself out right now. Typically, you don't see a lot of pitchers hitting in the 4-hole, but this is the situation that Johnson wants to pick up his 22nd and 23rd RBI on the season if he can.
And there's a shot to second baseman. Good grab by the second baseman, Carter to Smith for the second out, but the run scores, and Dutchtown gets the early lead, 1-0.
Yeah, good job right there hitting that ball opposite side by Johnson to get that run in. And I mean, also, I'm kind of a big fan of this. You know, Indris, yeah, you give up that run right there, but you know how I talk about the crooked numbers all the time. Like, just get outs, man. You don't want that to multiply.
It was a well-hit ball, but the second baseman, Carter, did a good job. Got his body in front of the ball and got the out. It's now 1-0 to Oakley Rutson. DH tonight. So 2-0. Runner at third is LeBlanc. So count 3-0 to the number 5 hitter, Cade Delone on deck. Taking all the way, ball 4. So Indris was doing a good job finding the strike zone early, but after giving up a run on the ground out, he walks Rutson on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up Cade Delone with first and third, 2 outs, 1 run already in. McCoy scored on the ground out from Johnson from second to first. And they had the runner leaning Rutson to second. And if that would have been a quicker throw, he might have been caught right there.
Yeah, very rarely do you see that move work, but every now and then catch somebody trying to get that big secondary league.
And a lot of times they concede that second base with the runner at third because you don't throw to second and allow that run to score at third. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. So Rutson still not going, and the pitch is fouled back to the screen. Evens the count with 1-1. 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 1-0. Dutchtown leads Airline. Rutson goes back.
Twitch. Think Indris is thinking the same thing we are. Waiting for Rutson to see if he can get himself in a scoring position there.
Yeah. If he can get to second, a base hit could score 2. Breaking ball, strike.
That's a good pitch right there. That's it's that front door breaking ball.
That's what he tried to throw to McCoy.
Yeah, it's at your hip the entire way.
Yep.
Late breaker right over that inside corner. Great pitch.
He tried that on McCoy, hit him. And he's going. And there's a bouncer, foul. So Rutson was in the clear. He probably had that bag easily. But foul ball sends him back to first.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, I mean, Rutson's only has 2 stolen bases on the season, but in this situation, sometimes, like you said, the team may concede it. Oh, there we go.
And so now they're going to go to the plate, and he is tagged out. So that's going to be a 1-4-3 put out. So a good job by Airline to not take the bait on Rutson, and Delone will be back up to bat in the bottom of the second. So you have 1 run on 1 hit. You have no errors and 1 left on base. Our score after 1, Dutchtown 1, Airline 0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Back to the action. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you. And on the first pitch, Jack Henry Smith grounds to Woodward at second to throw to first for the out. And we have 1 out very quickly. And that's going to bring up the number 5 hitter, Max Fisher. Marshall Beaver on deck. The first pitch is a strike. So Kason Johnson's another one of those fast workers, Mike.
He is. That tempo is like really, really quick right now. He's filling up the strike zone, forcing the Vikings' hand right there, right now, making them swing at pitches early in the count. I mean, that's how you stay efficient, right? That's how you keep yourself in the game a little bit longer. But, I mean, kudos to both pitchers. A lot of times in the playoffs, you see the first inning, takes them a little while to settle down. Both pitchers came out throwing strikes. And
speaking of strikes, you got a strikeout right there on 3 pitches to Max Fisher. So Johnson's in the zone right now with 2 outs here in the second, 5 up, 5 down. Marshall Beaver coming to the plate. We didn't get to talk about it because he's working so fast, Mike, but that was a good job with the throw to home on the steal in the bottom of the first inning, kept the run from scoring. Very well coached.
Absolutely. I mean, that was textbook fundamentals right there. Cut the ball off, don't panic, make a good throw to third. I mean, actually really good on both sides, right? I mean, the Dutchtown runner at third base, that ball got shot into that dugout, kind of scattered everybody.
Yeah.
But, catch a ball, throw the ball, be in the right spot. That's exactly what the Vikings did to cut down that run in the inning.
And did he go around? He did, and they tagged him. Well, I think they missed. Well, yeah, no, they got him. So they get the back-to-back strikeouts, 3 strikeouts on the day so far for Johnson. No runs, no hits, no errors, 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the second, and Dutchtown leads 1-0. And as we head to the bottom of the second, let's talk about the Dutchtown playoff history.
Yeah, a little bit of history for at least the last 5 years for the Dutchtown Griffins. You see their 5A state playoff run in 2021. They came in as a 13 seed, made it to the quarterfinals. 22 was the year you were talking about. They came in as a number 3 seed and got beat in the semifinals. I think that was the walk-off home run by West Monroe, who eventually won the state championship. 2023 come in as a 12 seed in the regionals. Last year, 24, coming in as a 4 seed in the regionals. This year is a 10 seed to be determined. See how this ends up for the Dutchtown Griffins.
Right. They hope to do a little cruise through the top of 1-5A as the winner of this series goes to Natchitoches Central. They have a bye. And Natchitoches Central finished 1 spot ahead of AIRLINE in the district. The top 3 teams in that district, I missed one of them. It was Benton, Houghton, and Natchitoches Central. And then you had Shreve and AIRLINE tied for 4th. And now coming to the plate again for Dutchtown is going to be the number 6 hitter, Kay DeLone, followed by Caleb Wall and Cooper Pickett. First pitch is hit by pitcher. That's the number 2 hit by pitcher of the day.
That's that first pitch. I know those the last couple of warm-up pitches you saw Indris trying to spin a couple of those breaking balls, just leaving them arm side, maybe that front shoulder flying open just a little bit, making that arm lag behind, just can't get that hand through the zone in front of that baseball.
So DeLone had a long at-bat in the bottom of the first with that little cat and mouse that was going on with Rutson and Indris. First pitch hit in the second inning as he was at the plate when LeBlanc was thrown out at home. First pitch, a strike to Caleb Wall. Malone's got a decent lead. Andrus must have heard me. Usually if you have a foot or two past the arc at that first base here in the Ascension Parish Schools, that's a decent lead. Pop up to the shortstop. Drew Robinson makes the catch.
Good pitch right there. Andrus stayed on that inside half. It's got on the hands of Wall right there.
It's one of the things I like about the turf fields here in Ascension Parish. Whether you go into EA, Santa Maria, Prairieville, Dutchtown, they're the same turf, and so they got the same setup as well. And so you can tell when a base runner's got a pretty decent lead. DeLone checked back to first, and there's a bouncer to short. Possible double play ball, and it is a textbook 6-4-3 double play. So AIRLINE gets out of the inning pretty easily with no base runners left. And so after 2 innings, our score, Dutchtown 1, AIRLINE 0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Top of the third, playoff baseball, AIRLINE in Dutchtown. Dutchtown leads 1-0 as Kason Johnson gets his final warm-up in, and he has faced the minimum, 6 up, 6 down. He'll face 7, 8, 9, Leo Hing, Aiden Hahn, and Silas Indris. So coming up first will be Leo Hing, the designated hitter for the Vikings from the left side.
Yeah, great inning by both pitchers late in that second inning. Really, really quick. Kept the pitches to a minimum, like both of them under 10 pitches in that second inning, just filling up the zone, forcing the outs.
And both these teams very well coached and just very quick baseball right here. And we've seen that as these two districts have met a lot in the postseason, and they're always well played, well executed series. And right now, Johnson is behind 2-0 to Hing.
Yeah, you see Hing kind of stepping out, trying to slow Johnson down just a little bit.
But looks like he may get him to fly out to short left, and Dawson LeBlanc is there to make the catch. So 2-0 pitch looked like one that he could work with, but just didn't make it.
Yeah, had the right idea. Just kind of up and away, just got underneath it just a tick.
Yep.
Fly out into left field. I like it. Kind of kept his hands back, let it travel. Just got underneath it just a little bit.
Now Aiden Hahn, the right fielder, number 2 for the Vikings. Beauty of a pitch. And there's a strike.
Yeah, that's a pitch you take first pitch right there. You're never expecting that pitcher to paint that inside corner with a heater first pitch.
Yeah, you make hard contact, you're going to hurt yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the one you just kind of jam yourself, and then you're frustrated with yourself on the way back to the dugout.
Good contact, a little late. Fouled away, 1-2. And there's a grounder to short. It's going to have to be a tough play for Woodward, and he makes it. Woodward to Henson. That's a heck of a throw coming from the opposite direction.
Wow, great play. Let's take a look at that again. See Woodward ranging far to his right, backhand. No time to set his feet and throw. Got to throw off balance. Still perfect, accurate throw for the second out.
And got him by a step. It wasn't exactly a close play either.
Yeah, ball. I mean, it was hit pretty hard. He got to it pretty quick. You know, those balls kind of skip across that turf. They'll get on you quick.
And now the pitcher, Indris, ahead in the count, 2-0. Hing was ahead 2-0 and then popped up to short left for the first out of this inning. And trying to get ball 3 right there with the bunt. Nobody really took that seriously. 2-1. Swing and a miss.
2-1 fastball. You're looking something center cut right there. He's just on the top of the zone, just a little bit above his hands. Tough to get to that pitch.
2-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and Johnson has another perfect inning in the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the third, and it's 1-0. Dutchtown leads AIRLINE. There's Coach Toby Todd for AIRLINE. He looks a little different today, yep. But he's got a very solid resume.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. We touched on it a little bit pregame. This is his 24th season as the head coach here at AIRLINE. He's made the playoffs 22 out of 24 seasons, won 10 district titles, been to the quarterfinals 3 times, and the semifinals once. School record for wins, ran it all the way up to 30 wins in 2016.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been at AIRLINE about the same amount of time that Coach Shake has been at Dutchtown. I don't know that Dutchtown's been around for 24 years, but they've both been around for about the same period of time. Of course, Todd has been the head coach that entire time, so that's a very impressive feat of longevity and a solid record for the Vikings.
Absolutely. It's actually his 26th year. He must have served as an assistant coach the first 2 years. And then even before that, he was at Woodlawn High School in Shreveport. So, I mean, this is his 38th season in high school baseball. So, well coached. I mean, like we saw in the first inning.
Yeah.
Fundamentals, very well coached.
Yeah.
Been around the game a long time. Knows what he needs to do to scratch out some victories.
In the bottom of the first, if you missed it, Rutson was trying to steal second with the runner at third. Basically, they're trying to bait them into a throw to second so that LeBlanc could score, but they threw the quick throw to second, and instead of trying to go after the runner, they threw it straight to home plate and tagged out LeBlanc for the third out. Now Woodward, who made the outstanding play, best defensive play of the night so far, with that throw from second to first to get the second out of the top of the third inning. He's at the plate right now. It's going to be Woodward, Freeman, and McCoy. 9-1-2. 1-1 to count.
Little tall.
Yeah. Woodward is not a tall player.
No, that pitch just out of the zone.
I think that would have been a strike to 17 of 18 hitters, but not to Woodward. Fly ball to Brock Jordan in short center for the first out. So working quickly on both sides. 1 out in the bottom of the third. We played 25 minutes of baseball, Mike. That's super fast. Now we get to the top of the lineup. Freeman and McCoy coming up. And there's a drive to right field. That may be fair. And they try to get to it, but it's foul by just inches.
Yeah, we have to take a look at that one. Maybe on the replay here, the dugout roof got in our way.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Good look at it. Yeah, just foul.
Just foul.
Yeah, that had extra bases written all over it if it can stay fair there.
Yeah.
Good job by Aiden Hahn hustling over there. Might have cut it off. Probably would have held him maybe to even a single.
Strike. It's a good test when you go through that lineup a second time to see how you do. He's got a couple of quick strikes to Freeman and Freeman just stays alive.
Yeah, typically that first time through the lineup, first couple, 2-3 innings, you want to establish that fastball. You know, a lot of your breaking stuff, your off-speed pitch is they work so much better once you can establish that fastball. If you have to go to the kitchen sink the first time through the lineup, then second, third, they've already seen everything, right? A little bit more comfortable would be the offense.
And you not only like them to work quickly, but you like to see them throw a minimum number of pitches, because in a 3-game series, you got to keep your bullpen healthy.
Absolutely. You want both these starters to go as deep as they can. Another breaking ball got away from Andrews there.
He's hit a batter in every inning. That's been his biggest Achilles heel. He's given up 1 hit, 1 walk, but he's hit 3 batters.
Yeah, tough. He's just having a little tough time getting that pitch way out in front. See that ball that arms just lags a little bit behind. Want to try to get those fingers to go over the front of the ball.
Yeah.
On that breaking pitch.
I'm going to guess with 1 out, we may see some activity here on the base paths with Freeman and McCoy coming up. This is how they like to set it up. Freeman's got a good lead. He's not going. McCoy takes a ball.
Yeah, I mean, you got Freeman on first base. He's got 8 bags. You got McCoy in the box hitting 355. He's got 19 ribbies. May play a little hit and run here.
Not going. Strike. So he's not really even showing anything right now at first base. One pitch outside, runners going, and the throw not in time. So there you go, stolen base for Eli Freeman. And you mentioned it, stolen base number 9.
Yeah, you kind of had to figure they were going to try to do something right there. Maybe just a straight steal, maybe a hit and run. Just try to get some kind of action going, maybe put a little pressure on the Vikings.
So runner in scoring position, 1 out.
Nice pick by Robinson there, the shortstop. Kind of got that. I know it's turf, and everyone says,
right.
"Oh, that's all the easy hops all the time over there." But still, if you get that in between hop, that thing can kind of Super Bowl bounce on you.
Yep.
And get by you quick.
And there's a shot to center and a diving catch by Jordan. Jordan was playing him short in center, and that was a smart decision as he makes the out.
Yeah, that and look, he had to get on his horse and never checked up. I mean, he's on a dead sprint coming in. Kind of looking at the flags there, thought maybe the wind might have held that ball up, but they're actually blowing more towards the left. Great job by Jordan right there. Good jump.
Yep.
Never gave up. Good diving catch.
And Freeman is forced to stay at second. So 2 outs, Dawson LeBlanc. He got a single. He has the only hit of the game.
Yeah, LeBlanc's been, he's in the 3-hole for a reason, hitting 361. He leads the team in RBIs with 23, trying to pick up his 24th right here.
And there's a drive to center and played perfectly. Jordan, this team is very well coached. As you get the hit by pitcher, but he's stranded at second. We go to the top of the 4th after this break. Our score 1-0 Dutchtown over AIRLINE. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy,
Go Griffins!
We're going to the fourth at Dutchtown. Wind still blowing out to right center. 1-0. Griffins lead the Vikings. I'm Jeff Porsche, and I'm with former Major League pitcher Mike Moeller, giving you all that expertise with these two pitchers throwing beauty so far here today. And the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Brock Jordan's a ball. It's Jordan, Bo Carter, and Austin Smith. And there's a strike. I wasn't sure if that maybe got a piece of his jersey.
Yeah, he's coming in tight with that fastball in that inside corner. That's just, I mean, I say it a lot when we do these games. It's very rare that you see high school pitchers actually pitch inside. It's so effective if you can do that, right?
Yeah.
Typically you see them, they more or less throw in there just a little bit wild and see some hit by pitches or maybe some stuff off the plate.
And a slow bouncer, and they're going to let it roll foul. Count 1-2. We haven't brought this up, but I guess it's because you have the extended break now and it being Good Friday. AIRLINE traveled very well. This almost looks like a Dutchtown Sanoma game.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at light blue. I mean, I always thought of Broadmoor, back when we played, but you're right. I mean, just down below us here in the press box, it's filled with Viking fans as well as right over there down that first base line.
Yeah. I guess they didn't miss any crawfish boils coming up from Bossier. And there's a bouncer to second. Woodward makes another good play. 4-3 for the first out. So Woodward's had 3 opportunities coming in and playing for Johnson today, and he's perfect so far.
Yeah, I mean, typically we'll see Kay DeLon at second base, but I think Kobe Mitchell's got a little ankle injury. Woodward making the best of his opportunity with some stellar plays already at second base.
Yeah, and that's why Shake keeps so many people, and you have so many people on this team as you see a bouncer to short, McCoy to first.
Oh, he might have pulled his back, yeah.
Off the bag. And so we're going to call that an E6.
E6.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, not a bad throw right there.
Will you call that an error, or you want to call that?
I mean, it's got to be an error. I mean, it was a catch and throw. I mean, nothing.
It's a tough play.
Let's check it out again. Look, maybe like Henson tried to kind of reach out a little bit too early for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow just got his foot off the bag.
So we're going to call that an error. First base runner for the Vikings. Count 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out. Top of the fourth.
Scoreboard has 1 and 1.
It also has 2 outs. Ted's going to need to fix that. Carter doesn't have much of a lead. Johnson steps off. And a strike.
Let's see if the umpire will give us the right count. Is it 1-1 now, or is it 1-2? I think it's 1-1.
Nope,
it's
1-2.
Yep, 1 and 2.
All right, there you go. Not much of a lead. Bouncer to third. Only plays at first. And a good throw. DeLone to Henson for the out. 5-3. Carter moves to second, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, see how DeLone had to kind of retreat on that ball. I mean, again, I know we're on turf, but you still want to play that good hop, right? So he takes 1 step back, make sure he gets that 1 hop. Knows he can't turn 2. Only play is to first, makes a good strong throw for that second out.
So now Jack Henry Smith bounced out to second to start the second inning. And they're going to throw to second, and it's a close play. Closer than I thought it would initially be. First base runner of the night, Bo Carter reached on an error. He's in scoring position. Base hit by Smith here could tie the game. McCoy goes back to short. That's a nice breaking ball, but didn't quite get there.
Looks like he took a little bit off of that one.
Yeah.
His more, the breaking balls previous. A little bit more velo.
Fouled away, fisted that one to the.
And then, I mean, that sequence right there, you kind of lull him to sleep, right, with that breaking ball a little slow. And even though it's not a strike, sets up or opens up, at least the inside third part of the plate right there. It's just tough to kind of, you got the hitter kind of sit back, looking off speed or whatever, and then you bust him with that fastball on the inside half. Tough to pull the trigger on that one.
And there's a deep drive to right. Right fielder looking for it, and he makes the play at the last second. Wall looked like he was lost for a second, but that ball came right to him. Good job by Wall to make the third out.
Great job right there. Dead into the sun. That ball was torched in the right field.
Yeah, and I like how he was like, where's the ball, where's the ball? Oh, I had it all the time.
Yeah.
So no runs and no hits, one error, one left. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's not senior night at Dutchtown, but we always like to talk about the seniors during the playoffs, and you might want to sit back for a second because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, so the seniors this year for the Dutchtown Griffins, there's going to be 14 of them, right? 17, I think, yes. Danny Sears, Drew Setatal, Dylan Champagne, Kobe Mitchell, Cole Henderson, Casey McCoy, Rylan Mayo, Caden Hughes, Maddox Woodward, Andrew Fields, Caleb Wall, Justin Flash, Max Broadnax, Caden Hill, Lathan Riley, Dylan Wilson, and Ian Young.
And I don't think they're in order, as you see the 6 down there on the bottom. We don't know who every single one of them is, but it's a great photo. And every year, that's a testament to Coach Shake's ability to get kids to want to play for his program. Every year, this is not like a one and off where you got like seniors this year and that's it. Yeah. Every class has 10 to 12 players.
Yeah,
it seems
you're going to have that many again next year, probably,
right?
But like you said, it's a testament to Coach Shake and the actual program. People want to hang around; they want to be part of it.
Absolutely. And now we have 4, 5, and 6 as a bouncer over the third baseman to the shortstop. Throw, not in time. Infield hit.
Wow! Yeah, that ball just bounce that high hop right over Fisher's head.
And you've been talking about that little Super Bowl hop.
That's that one that you get that top spin, and when it hits, it takes off right over Fisher's head. Great job by Robinson backing him up. A little bit too deep or too far in that hole. Still made a good throw to first base, just a little bit tardy.
And now Lathan Riley is going to run for Johnson. And Oakley Rutson comes to the plate. He walked first time up. So Riley's at first, running for Kason Johnson. Don't want your pitcher running the base paths. And tries to drop one down the third baseline. Maybe a little element of surprise there at the last second.
Yeah, a little drag bunt. Got Fisher playing. I mean, he's not playing back, but he wasn't playing like super far in. Now he's got his attention.
Oh, yes, he does.
Got his attention a little bit.
Yeah, Fisher is about 5 to 10 feet in the grass now. Riley back safely.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, Riley comes in. He leads the Griffins in stolen bases with 17 on the season. Be interested to see if Rutson may take, a couple here, maybe give him a chance to swipe a bag by himself without putting anything on.
You got a feeling this is going to be a low-scoring game, so runs are going to be at a premium today. You might want to move over runners when you get the chance. Way outside, throw back to first. Ooh. Good job by Smith to shield it.
Excellent job.
Jack
that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You know you can't, to make the pick and the tag, the risk-reward is just not there, right? So Smith does exactly what he needs to do. Knock that ball down, keep it out of right field.
Showing bunt again, popped up, and good job of staying alive. Very fortunate, I guess you could say, 2-2.
Yeah, not sure if he's trying to drag right there or not, or maybe sacrifice. Usually if you're trying to sacrifice, you're squaring before the pitcher even starts his motion.
So the bunt's probably taken out of the equation right here. Now they're going to throw to first probably a couple of times, thinking that it's just a straight steal at this point. He's looking at him. He definitely has his attention. And as he tries to push it toward right field, foul.
Good battle right there by Rutson. That's a great pitch. Indris just off that outside corner to him. Just kind of flicks it out there, knows he can't drive it anywhere. Let me just get a little piece of it. Fouls it off and lives to see another pitch.
Quick throw. Safe. We talked about Smith at first base. Thanks to his mom for helping out, getting us the information and spreading the word. As a ground ball to second, to short, to first, and you have another double play. That's the second double play of this game for the Vikings.
Yeah, and again, I mean, how important was the play by Smith knocking that ball down at first? Keeping Riley at first base, keeping the double play in order, because you always have that chance. One pitch, 2 outs,
yep.
Which just happened for the Vikings.
And nobody on with 2 outs. Cade DeLone hit by a pitch. His first time to the plate. Ball 1. And we definitely welcome all the people from Bossier who are watching tonight, although it seems like pretty much all of Bossier's here today. I know it's a big city, but still. Big crowd. 3-0. I'm guessing they're not driving to Shreveport tonight. Or Bossier. My apologies.
Yeah, for the Griffins, that's why you want to make sure you get that bunt down. Got a couple chances.
So DeLone. Indris fights back from 3-0 to 3-2, and a 3-2 pitch. Bouncer toward the hole, goes through the glove of the second baseman. Would have been a big play right there by Carter. That was a tough one.
Yeah, see how he goes into a slide right there. That last little hop just gets over his glove.
Yeah, he could have made the play, and I guess you got that little Super Bowl hop right over his glove again.
Yeah, not sure even if he makes that grab right there, if he has time to kind of pop up and make a play on DeLone at first.
Our scorekeeper has already ruled it a single. I'm going to go with him on that. That's the second hit of the inning. And there's a drive to left and right to Beaver, who played him perfectly. So you've got 2 hits but no runs as the 4th inning ends. It's 1-0. Dutchtown leads AIRLINE. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Fast-moving game here at Dutchtown. We go to the top of the 5th. Jeff Porsche and Mike Moeller with you. 1-0 Dutchtown. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7. Max Fisher, Marshall Beaver, and Leo Hing facing Kason Johnson, who is a fast worker and throws a ball outside.
Yeah, we've seen both pitchers actually I know we've mentioned filling up the zone, but a lot of first pitch strikes. You know, and even when they fail to throw a first pitch strike, I mean, you saw Indris to DeLon, went 3-0, worked himself back, got a ground ball just out of the outstretched glove of Carter there at second base, but still, pitchers are battling, forcing the hands of the offense.
Fly ball to center field, and Freeman makes the catch for the first out, and that's going to bring up Marshall Beaver. Fisher and Beaver both struck out in the second inning. Fisher made contact right there, but right to the center fielder for the first out.
Yeah, again, defensive charts are I want to say really holding their own today.
And they tried the little element of surprise, but the bunt went straight to Johnson and had the easy play for the out.
Yeah, we see it again right here. Probably tried to pull it a little bit further down that, or maybe even a little bit harder. You want to try to get that past the pitcher and make the second baseman field it.
Yeah.
Johnson quick off that mound, cuts it off, and makes the play.
Looking at Woodward, he is in the grass at second base. So if they could have got it past the pitcher, that would have been an easy base hit. I agree, Mike. I think that's where he was going.
Mm-hmm.
One ball. And now Coach Todd is going to talk about it here.
Maybe trying to slow the pace down a little bit. I mean,
yeah,
Johnson's got about 4 or 5 pitches already. This inning he's already got 2 outs.
Yep. That was the 5th pitch of this inning.
Again, that fastball inside, so tough. You know, you grow up and you know, you play. I don't care if you're playing rec ball, tournament ball, whatever. 95% of those pitches are going to be on the outside half. That's where everybody wants to try to work. So when you get the pitcher that can work that inside half, it is tough.
Here comes the pitch, and fouled. 2-2, 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch, and got a piece of it. So game 1 of the best of 3. Reminder that we will be broadcasting all 3 games if we go to a 3rd game. So we will be broadcasting tomorrow as Hing strikes out for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 1-0 Dutchtown. And we can slow down for a second because we have to introduce the AIRLINE seniors, and it's a little easier this time.
Just a hair, just an almost polar opposite of what we saw with the Griffins. 3 seniors for the Vikings this year. You see the photo right there, Marshall Beaver, Peyton Turnbow, and Jack Horton. Marshall Beaver is actually the starting left fielder for the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, he made the 3rd out, or caught the fly ball from Caleb Wall in the bottom of the 4th to make the 3rd out. And trying to get to Natchitoches Central next week, maybe a little shorter visit than the drive down to Geismar for round 1.
Yeah, and looking at these seniors, I mean, you got to think, so obviously the Vikings are a pretty young team.
Yeah.
Right? And, I mean, to have the season they did with that young, I mean, that's experience.
Right.
You will see these guys again next year at some point, probably a lot higher in those power rankings. Just, getting that playoff experience, learning the winning philosophy and, the trend and everything like that. So you love to see these young guys getting that game time experience in the playoffs.
You would think they would trend upward after this season for sure. It's 8-9-1. Cooper Pickett takes ball 1. Now he takes ball 2. So it's Cooper Pickett, Maddox Woodward, and Eli Freeman. And a little bit of trouble for Indris here. Don't want to walk the number 8 hitter on 4 pitches. But he does. That's the 2nd walk of the day.
Yeah, last walk back in the first inning. I mean, both pitchers, looking at the scoreboard, both pitchers into the fifth inning with minimal pitches. Still a 1-0 game, and again, that's all you ask of your starting pitchers. Pitch as deep as you can into the game with giving your team a chance to win.
Rylan Mayo's at first. Of the running Mayos of the DUTCHTOWN Griffins, he's about the third one in the last 5 years. Woodward may be in a position to lay it down as the number 9 hitter, and I think they know that. Mayo has 3 stolen bases on the season. Oh, inside, and close throw.
Quick snap throw by Smith there.
Smith to Smith. The third baseman is about 10 feet in. Second baseman charging. And a ball. 2-0. 6 straight balls. This is not what we've seen from Indris. And the pitching coach is going to have a bit of a discussion. They need to get him back in order. You'd hate to put 8 and 9 on and set the table for your top of your lineup.
Right. And I mean, he's just probably just going to go settle him down. Look, he's trying to get the out. Let him get himself out. If you Woodward's trying to bunt, right? He's trying to sacrifice the runner to second base. But on the flip side of that, sometimes as a pitcher, and look, I've been there. It's like, man, all you have to do is throw a strike. He's bunting, and then you're like, whoa. Maybe it's not that easy to throw a strike, because you're so used to not letting I don't want that mindset, let him hit it, because that never enters your mind as a pitcher. So sometimes it's a little bit more of a battle to throw a strike when they're trying to bunt.
One thing that's going to be tough with Woodward, he doesn't have much of a strike zone. Like I said, he's not the tallest DUTCHTOWN Griffin. You saw a pitch that was perfect in his first at-bat that was called a ball because he has a smaller strike zone.
See if he's swinging away here. Are they going to keep the bunt on 2-0?
They do, and he now fouls it away behind the catcher. So that's just what the pitching coach needed.
Just got an update on the pitch count. 59 pitches for Indris into the 5th innings. That's just awesome. I love to see that. So many times you see these guys now 5th inning, they're into almost to the 100 pitch mark, throwing 20 pitches an inning. But these guys kind of set the tone early, filling up that strike zone. A little hiccup right here by Indris, but see him try to fill that zone back up and work his way out of it.
And this time he gets it down, and there's only going to be one play. Good job laying down the bunt by Woodward. That's going to be a 1-3 sacrifice. And Mayo moves to second. And you're going to have Freeman and McCoy trying to pick him up.
Yep, perfect all the way around right there. Great bunt. Make the pitcher field that. Only place he can go is to first base. Good job by Indris. No panic. Set his feet. Perfect throw. Got to get that out.
Good job by the pitching coach, settling him down, getting that first out.
Yeah.
Now the hole is on the right side. The second baseman's playing close to keep Mayo honest. And he hits it to the right side for a base hit. The runner's coming to the plate. The throw cut off, thrown to the plate, not in time. And they had that hole at second base. He found the hole, opposite field, RBI.
Yeah, great job by Freeman right there. Wide open hole there. Mayo never checked up coming around third base. Not sure if Smith lets that ball go and goes all the way through, if Horn had enough to get him. Bang, bang, still at home plate.
Yeah, just a hair late. And DUTCHTOWN leads 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And Casey McCoy comes to the plate. Freeman already has a stolen base. That's something you might want to look for here, Mike. He has 9 now on the season. He's tied with DeLone for second on the team. 1 ball. 1 out, 1 run in. Ball
Trying to stay away, keeping that breaking ball away. Finishing that pitch a little better than he was earlier in the game. Remember, he was leaving that thing arm side. Actually hit McCoy with it his first at bat.
Yeah, he hit a breaking ball that came behind him. Not going. Gets away. He doesn't have to worry about the stolen base anymore because he's at second.
Yeah, Smith just couldn't quite get to that pitch. Not that far off the plate right there.
No, and now you got another runner.
Yeah, it's probably not going to get much to see right here.
No, you're right. Now you have the base open with 3-0. Indris is having trouble finding the strike zone this inning. Then that's a strike, a charity strike, I believe. There is activity in the bullpen.
Yeah, tough to see the number through the black screen.
You have a black screen that's protecting it, and then you got a light blue number. As the runner's going to third, he's going to have to check back as it's popped up to short, and the throw to second is late as Freeman gets back safely.
Freeman just ran 100 yards all the way to third. Good 3-1 pitch right there by Indris. I mean, you get McCoy, who we know can smash, came into the game hitting 355. Get him to pop up on the 3-1 pitch in the infield.
Dutchtown has 4 hits on the day. Dawson LeBlanc at the plate has 1 of them.
Picked up the only RBI, right?
Yep. Well, no, that was Johnson who got it.
Oh, that was Johnson. That's right.
Johnson
he helped himself out.
Right, and Johnson and Freeman have the RBIs.
Yeah, that's right. Fielder's choice.
They definitely think he's going to pull it. Now, if he could push one to right field, he could run for an hour. I mean, to left field, excuse me.
Yeah, that left fielder Beavers.
Left fielder is almost in center field.
He's playing behind the shortstop Robinson there.
1 ball.
I'm sure they've done their scouting.
Yep.
And if you're LeBlanc, I mean, that's the kind of pitch you're looking for, maybe to shoot that ball in the left field, something up and away.
Yep.
However, do you kind of get away from your strength and try to do something you're not typically adept to doing? Or do you stay with your strength and just try to pull that ball and maybe squeak it through the hole?
You saw Freeman find the hole. And there's a strike. I think they're waiting for a strike here because Indris has had trouble finding the strike zone here.
Yeah. But that's the one you kind of miss. You get the hitter looking away. The ball's, previously was about a foot outside, so you got him leaning out there, and then you come in tight on him. The ball probably looks like it's inside, but it catches some of the plate.
3-1. That's the third batter. Make that the 4th batter this inning that's faced a 3-ball count. So Indris's pitch count is starting to elevate a little bit. Ball 4. So now you got first and second. And Kason Johnson has a base hit today. The pitcher. And I think that's it for Silas Indris. The pitcher should be ready. That is the second visit, right?
Yes.
So Indris was cruising until the 5th inning. He's given up 1 run. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility. So we'll see who comes in to pitch. Looks like we may have we're going to have I think one of the fielders is going to come in.
The right
pitch.
fielder.
Let's see. That's number 1.
Number 1 or number 2?
Let's look and see. We'll check as we look at the playoff brackets. Some of the ones that we talked about, some of the teams that are playing so far, and when you look at the that 1 seed district champions in 5A Live Oak, they might play Denham Springs, which will be a Livingston Parish matchup.
That'll be an inter-district matchup.
Right.
I mean, Live Oak gets that by. Mandeville already down 1-0 against Denham Springs.
Right, and Walker is also in that pod with North Shore, so North Shore got the bye. Benton, that's a team that both of these two teams are familiar with, has been eliminated at Dutchtown last year. Hahnville at Ruston, Sulphur at Covington, and Houghton with a bye. So that's two teams from – 3 of those 4 teams are from 1-5A or 5-5A.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep going, you have Northwood Shreve has a bye in this bracket, as does West Monroe. Slidell playing Zachary. Sam Houston already beat Sandoval, swept them 6-2 and 10-4. Natchitoches Central with the bye, Barb with the bye, AIRLINE and Dutchtown, which we're watching right now, and Destrehan and Central. Central leads that series 1-0.
And so we will get back to the action. We don't have the right fielder, but we can tell you that the pitcher is
number
Aiden
7 or number
Hahn.
2?
I think that's Aiden
Oh,
Hahn.
it is Hahn.
I think it is Hahn from right field. Yes, see number 2 right there. Great shot for us. Good job by our director listening for what we need.
Still need to get who went into right field.
Right. I think we can get that from Ted in between innings. So 1 ball for his first pitch, relieving Indris.
Yeah, good job by Indris.
Yeah.
All day long, just ran into a little hiccup here in the 5th inning, but did his job.
And there's a base hit to that hole at second base. Runner coming around, and the throw is going to be up the line and safe. And the runner moves to third, so LeBlanc's at third, and Johnson is at first with a single, and it is 3-0 Dutchtown.
Yeah, great job by Johnson. We'll get a pinch runner for him. Looks like it'll be Riley again, maybe.
Yes, it is.
But anyway, great job hitting that ball backside against the grain.
Mm-hmm.
Big hole right there at second base. Shot it through. Didn't try to do too much with that pitch. Sometimes you see him try to get too big, maybe roll over and get that ground ball to the left side. Johnson just stayed, let that ball travel, stay back, hit it to the right side, and picked up that 3rd run. 2nd RBI for Johnson of the day.
Yes, it is. And Rutson is behind our head 1-0. And at both RBIs in this inning, one from Freeman, one from Johnson, are both balls that were pushed to right field in that second base hole. And now they're going to do the situation, and he's going to be safe. The same situation that you had. Now, the runner didn't break for home, LeBlanc, that time.
Yeah, I think that was another straight steal.
Yep.
However, it looked like Hahn spun and threw it to second baseman Carter when Robinson was actually covering. That's probably, he spins that way. His first guy he picked up.
Right.
So he tried to hurt him, get rid of it.
So now he'll work from the windup. And a strike called. So it's 3-0, and RBI could blow this game open. And a bouncer to first. Smith loses it, and the throw is away, and it's going to be an error, and 2 runs are going to score on the error by the first baseman, Smith. So we'll call that an E3, and 2 runs come home, and it's 5-0.
Yeah, just got a little bit too quick on that ball, did Smith. Tried to field it too quick and get rid of it, right? I mean, you see his momentum going to first base, actually right before he caught that ball.
Yep.
Kind of clanked it, and that's when you go into panic mode. I have to hurry up and, flip it, and then tough for Hahn, who's trying to find the base with the bag, to pick up that quick flip.
Tough situation, and then Hahn nearly throws it away. Trying to get Rutson at first. Breaking ball misses. With Riley at second, once that ball got away from the pitcher on the flip, he was coming home, and he got home easily. So 2 runs come on the error. And a ball low and outside. 2-0. DeLone has a base hit, and he was hit by a pitch. And that's a shot to short, picked up on the bounce, and Robinson makes the play. So that'll end the inning, and Dutchtown scores 4 runs in the inning, and we'll go to the 6th with it 5-0 Griffins. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today.
Here we are, Cypress Roofing, a woman-owned roofing company specializing in insurance claims.
With the hurricane season right around the corner,
Give us a call.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. 5-0 Griffins as a big 4-run bottom of the 5th. We move to the top of the 6th, and the new pitcher, Hahn, is at the plate in that 8th spot. He was originally the right fielder as he takes a strike. So it's Hahn, Indris. Actually, it will not be Indris. Well, Indris is still going to hit. And then Jordan. So Indris is in the on-deck circle, so he will remain in the game, hitting. Not sure if he's playing right field. We didn't get the right fielder yet. One-two pitch. Bouncer to Woodward at second. And takes his time. Throws the first for the first out. So 4-3. 1 away. And now Indris, the starting pitcher, will come to the plate.
Now batting number 17, Silas Indris.
So Indris was the starting pitcher. He was pulled for Hahn. And he takes a strike.
I mean, Indris still ran into a little bit of trouble that last inning. Still only threw 73 pitches.
Yep.
On the night.
Yeah, that tells you how effective he was.
Yeah.
As I think that got the catcher clipped a little bit, and so umpire will give him a little time to himself as the count goes ahead to 0-2. Pickett's done a good job behind the plate today. All the Griffins have done really well. They've been able to pitch effectively. They've been able to find the holes, get timely hits when they need them. It's been a good job by the Dutchtown Griffins so far here tonight. And Johnson's done a really good job. He's faced a very limited amount of hitters. I believe he's 1 over the minimum right now. And he's not thrown a lot of pitches here.
No, he has not. I mean, he's hit multiple innings under 10 pitches.
Yeah.
Multiple. We see Pickett shaking that off. Let's get ready for another pitch here.
0-2, 1 out. Top of the 6th. Dutchtown gets another strikeout. So 2 outs here as the 8-9 hitters are retired, and now we get to the top of the lineup for the 3rd time, and it's Brock Jordan who has struck out and bounced to second. Inside.
Pitch inside. See, and you talked about Indris staying in the game. Apparently all the AIRLINE pitchers actually play positions as well.
And that's foul tip. So he's either playing right field or Hing has been taken out of the DH spot. That's my best guess. Yeah. I did ask public address. He didn't get it.
Try to see if we can see him go out to right field. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, look for number 1 to run out to right field during the commercial break. All right, actually, we don't have a commercial break. We're going to move on here in the 6th inning. Fouled away. Game one of the best of three. Popped up. And McCoy makes the catch for the third out. And 1-2-3 inning, and it's 5-0 Griffins. And we talked about it a moment ago. This is game one as we look at the upcoming game of the week schedule here on REV. You know we'll be out here for game two, so that shouldn't be much of a surprise.
And if there's a game three, we're going to have all three of them streamed live here.
Right, so you don't have to worry about driving down from Bossier if you're watching from AIRLINE. We'll be able to give you all of the broadcasts. And I also want to keep in mind, though, Mike, it's softball playoffs unless Dutchtown winds up getting an upset from Barb, and they're done for home games this season. But with the girls on the softball side, you still have Dutchtown and Sandoval who have byes in that first round. So we may get home games for the second round and the quarterfinals. That would happen next week, and we'll be there for both of those.
Right. Yep. So, I mean, it's always interesting. You never kind of know. It's hard to put anything in ink, right? Everything's still written in pencil. Got to see how everything plays out, see exactly what games we'll be doing.
Good crowd for the Griffins. That's the third base side.
Yeah, you see some of that light blue sprinkled there on that left side of the press box right underneath us.
See a couple of Dutchtown employees right there. Wendy Flash, the secretary, the attendance secretary, who her son is a senior on this team. Also, Miss Vicknair, her daughter is a junior on the softball team. We'll be seeing them next week, perhaps, as you have Caleb Wall, Cooper Pickett, Maddox Woodward due up 7-8-9. Facing Aiden Hahn. As there's a drive towards the gap. Left fielder is there. Ooh. Beaver makes the play. He was shading him toward that area. And another good job of positioning by the AIRLINE Vikings.
That was. Wall hit that ball hard as you see Beaver going kind of cutting straight across, and he's like, whoa, that ball's carrying a little bit. Had to retreat a couple steps, but still makes an easy grab for the first out.
Senior Marshall Beaver makes the play. Pickett, double play and a walk and a run scored. Ooh. That's a fair ball down the left field line. That may be extra bases. They're trying for two. It'll be an easy slide. Could have been a stand-up double. Good job by Cooper Pickett. The catcher having a good day for the Griffins.
Yeah, you see that ball just on the inside. Stays fair just by about 3 or 4 inches. Pickett got that pitch inside. Didn't try to get around it. Kept his hands inside. That's a lot, jammed him pretty much with that ball. Just enough to get by the third baseman Fisher there. Sometimes on that turf, sometimes the turf help you if you're the Griffins, hurt you if you're the Vikings right there.
Got a new hitter at the plate. That's number 6, Cole Henderson for the Griffins. He'll bat for Woodward. You have one out. Probably trying to get a base hit right here and get one more run.
Cole Henderson, he's got some at-bats. He comes in hitting .357. 14 at-bats. Got 5 RBIs, making every bit of the opportunities that he's had so far.
And he's a senior. So, this means a lot to him. 1-0. Every run that scores makes it that much more difficult for AIRLINE. Right now it's 5-0. Dutchtown got 4 runs in the 5th. A couple of them were unearned.
Ooh,
good job, Austin Smith.
Good block. He might have headbutted that one right there. I saw his helmet kind of move for his mask from the backside.
He knows how important it is to keep that runner at second base.
Absolutely. And that ball, that breaking ball, typically when those breaking balls are in the dirt, they will bounce back the opposite way of the way that they were breaking. Good job by Smith right there.
Fly ball to right, and the right fielder makes the catch. Runner tagging to third. He'll get there easily. So sacrifice fly to third.
Do we get a number on the right fielder?
Nope, can't tell. Too far away.
Can't tell.
I'm going to say there's a likelihood that it was. Now Freeman, base hit will definitely score a run, even an infield hit. Ooh, that's a nice breaking ball.
That's a nice breaking ball. That's a lane changer right there. That thing was down the middle the entire way.
Yeah, you
Took
couldn't
a left right at the end.
Could have done a thing with that. Tried it again.
Another one, yep.
That one was definitely outside. Freeman struck out, hit by pitch. Got a base hit, scored a run, has an RBI, has a stolen base. So he's filled up about 5 categories here today. Two one. There's a shot to left, easy base hit, and RBI, second RBI of the night for Freeman, and it's 6-0.
Man, that is an excellent job of hitting right there by Freeman. He saw 3 breaking balls off speed, right? Sit back, try to wait, and not only are they slower pitches, but most of them were trying to be worked off the outside part of the plate. And then you see Hahn come inside with a fastball. Eli Freeman all over that. Typically, you get jammed on that pitch, or that's the intent if you're the pitcher.
Yep. So he's at first. Breaking ball misses to Casey McCoy. Hit by pitch, scored a run. Flew out to center and popped up to short. Dutchtown starting to pull away a little bit. Strike called. Now when we get to the 7th inning for AIRLINE, they're going to have 2, 3, and 4, so it won't be easy. You got the players that you want to have up if you are the Vikings. Breaking ball misses. 2-1. Another nice breaking ball. Aiden Hahn trying to get out of this inning.
Yeah. Hahn, he's got a really good breaking ball. It comes out of his hand fastball the entire way, right? And that's what you want. You don't want the big loop directly out, immediately out of your hand.
Fly ball to center. That one's going a long way.
Woo!
And can't get to it, Jordan, and this is going to be extra bases, and another run's going to score. And the throw to third is not going to get there, and it is a triple RBI for Casey McCoy, and it's 7-0.
Man, that ball was absolutely crushed to center field. Jordan got on his horse. He got to the ball there. I think maybe we're running just a little bit too quick, maybe a little bit on the heels. The eyes might have been bouncing around. Looked like the ball hit him just on the heel of the glove. Almost a fantastic play.
Yep. So Dutchtown now has a 7-run lead as we're going to have a conversation here at the pitcher's mound, and we're going to have a new pitcher. It looks like, yep, Hahn is going to be out. This may be number 1. Let's see. No, it's not number 1. Or maybe it is. Or is it 11?
11.
Okay, Sam Fisher.
The Vikings are probably to the point right now you don't want to, you may need Hahn tomorrow, right?
You're right.
And especially if you win that first game, you're going to try to have, you may have to use every pitcher you have on there if you go to game 3.
We talked about how this is it's like an annual 5-5A versus 1-5A matchup in the playoffs, and look at all the teams that made it.
Yeah, I mean, between the two districts, nine teams, and that's not even counting some of the your Bird and your
select teams.
Select teams up in 1-5A as well. I mean, I think 2 of those guys, maybe Bird and
Shreve.
And Shreve both made the playoffs, right? So
right. Evangel didn't, but the other ones did, yeah.
Yeah, so actually 11, if you add those 2 to that list right there, 11 of the teams of these 2 districts made the playoffs. You see Live Oak been kind of wire to wire, number 1 the entire season. Benton coming in at Houghton coming in at number 4, Benton at 5, Natchitoches Central at 7, and so forth.
5 of the 7 teams in 5A made the playoffs. The 3 Livingston Parish teams and Dutchtown and Sandoval from Ascension. And the pitch to LeBlanc is a ball. As I said, Prairieville and East Ascension didn't make the playoffs, but I believe they were 25 and 26. So they didn't miss it by much. It looked like Prairieville was going to make the playoffs, but they lost their last 2 games and kind of just didn't quite make it to the finish line. East Ascension had a big win against Walker on that final Saturday. That was a big momentum changer, but just not enough.
Yeah, I think if Prairieville would have won one of their last 2 games, they might have snuck in, but dropped both of them. One to Catholic High Point Capilla and the other one to Archbishop Hammond.
That's right. 3-1. But that was a good job by Cade Cowan, that first-year team nearly making the playoffs.
Yeah, exciting to watch. Young team as well.
Yep. Swept Sandoval, won 1 out of 2 against East Ascension, and took Dutchtown to extra innings. But enough about them. Let's get to this walk right here. So you got first and third with 2 outs. Cason Johnson comes to the plate. He has back-to-back singles.
Yep, looking to help his cause again. And again, Dutchtown with a first and third situation. Let's see if they're going to try to ruffle some feathers here. Ooh.
So they call that a strike?
Yeah, strike.
I thought so.
I thought Smith was going out to block that.
I know. I
kind of slide out there.
I think the scorekeeper marked it as a ball, but they called it a strike.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me of the Sandoval Dutchtown game where it was a very close game the entire night, and then Sandoval just kind of ran out of pitchers, and Dutchtown was able to get some runs across as they flipped to second, 6-4 for the third out, and now we can move on to the next thing and end this inning. But a couple more runs for Dutchtown, and it's 7-0. We go to the 7th. You're watching the Rev game of the week.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call. You gotta call Title.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy,
go Griffins!
We go to the 7th inning, and Cason Johnson still on the mound for the Griffins, trying to finish out a shutout victory as he's going to face number 1, Bo Carter, to lead off, the number 2 hitter. Then he's going to see the number 3 hitter, Austin Smith, and then the number 4 hitter, Jack Henry Smith. His first pitch is a ball.
Yeah, Johnson trying to go the distance right here.
Fly ball and a long run. He caught it. The right fielder caught it.
I think the first baseman.
Or did the first baseman catch it?
Braden Henson may have caught that. Let's see if we can get
I hope we can see
little
that.
bit better. I didn't know if maybe the right fielder got to it.
No, the first baseman.
Wow, what a play. Over the shoulder. Dead sprint into the right field corner.
That's our blind spot.
Fantastic play by Henson right there.
So Austin Smith did not go around. 50, right? Went around that time for sure. 1 and 2. And the bender for strike 3 got him looking.
That was a beauty of a breaking ball right there by Johnson.
And Johnson's 1 out away from a victory. Jack Henry Smith, he is 0 for 2. Grounder to second, fly to right. Fouled away, 0 and 1. And over the head in the first hit of the game. My goodness. The no-hitter is gone. And a clean single. You can't complain about that one, Mike.
No, absolutely. Great job, Rev Smith, right there. Got a ball up, out over the plate. Didn't try to turn on it, pull it, and get himself out. Let it travel.
Oh, I thought we were going to see a no-hitter. God, dog it. So the second base runner of the night given up by Johnson. After 20 outs in a row. Gives up the single. 1 ball.
No one up here said anything either, by the way.
No, I did not. I wanted to. But I know I'm sitting next to a major league pitcher here, and I know that if I would have been punched in the face.
That would have been your last game.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, but Johnson's just been in complete control the entire game, just filling up the strike zone, getting ahead of the hitters. It just gives you so many more options to get hitters out when you work ahead.
He's pitched to Jim, and he's kept the bullpen from going, and he's got strike 3, and he's going to settle for the 1-hitter, but I'm sure that he'll take the win anyway, although, he's going to be disappointed. But look at him. He just tosses his glove to the dugout, and the team congratulates him. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen from a pitcher. Complete game, 1-hit, shutout victory. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen from any pitcher.
Absolutely. 8 punch-outs in 7 innings. I mean, he complete control of the entire game, and on this stage, right? You're not facing like bad teams. This is the playoffs.
Right.
Facing a really good AIRLINE Vikings team, and Johnson was he was just too much.
And Dutchtown was too much, as the Griffins put up a touchdown and defeat AIRLINE by a final score of 7-0. As you see, the Griffins congratulating each other after a hard-fought, relatively smooth victory, and smooth in terms of the bullpen, which is what I was trying to allude to earlier, as that's probably the best part of the night, not just the shutout, but I'm sure Coach Shake is happy because basically every arm except Johnson is available.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it earlier, especially in the playoffs, because we're going to be right back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock. You want to use minimize the pitching as much as you can as far as, relievers getting in those games. I mean, Johnson throws a complete game, 1-hit shutout with 8 punch-outs on 77 pitches. 57 strikes, 20 balls. I mean, that's an absolute gem.
Yep. You and I broadcast one combined no-hitter from Santa Ma, but this was a complete game and 77 pitches. That's just staggering.
Yep. And if you're AIRLINE, look, I mean, put that one behind you. Learn from it. Hey, you got to come right back out here tomorrow as we take one more look at the upcoming games. We're going to be here again tomorrow for Game 2 for sure at 11 o'clock. If need be, there will be a Game 3 to follow right after. And then next week, like we said, we're kind of just in limbo waiting to see how things are going to play out, and we'll let you know what dates we'll be doing those.
So softball is on the menu as we're going to wrap up for tonight because we got to come back bright and early tomorrow at 11 a.m. and we'll give you game 2. AIRLINE will be the home team. Dutchtown will be the visitors, but it will be played here at Griffin Park. So, again, our final score, 7-0. Dutchtown defeats AIRLINE game 1 in the best of 3. Want to thank Lyle back at home. Want to thank Andre, our director. Want to thank Courtney, Priya, and Zane, our camera operators. Did a good job tonight. And for Mike, who was sweating out the possible no-hitter, but didn't quite get it, I'm Jeff Porsche. That's going to do it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. You have been watching the REV Game of the Week.